Hello everyone, welcome back to Josh Ann's Coins. In this video we're going to be looking through some coins that I've received from one of my friends recently. So let's get into the video and see what we got. So I'm going to start with these two piles of sixpences and we'll come on to those later. So let's start with these. I think there are some new dates in my collection in here, but I did see some duplicates. Because I have had a brief look through these, but I didn't thoroughly inspect them, so I actually don't know what's really in here. But yeah, let's have a little mini sixpence hunt and let's see if there are any scarce or interesting years. So let's start off with a 1966. I'll just put them down there as we go through them. It's another 1966, that one's nice and shiny though. Nice condition. Down there. What is this one from? 1967, that's the most common year of any denomination actually. 1967, they made a hell load of each denomination because it was the last year. So yeah, pretty common coin. Okay, here we got 1962. 1967 again. I think actually what I'll do is I'll stack the duplicates up. I'll just put them like that. So then we got it like that. Okay, here we've got a 1953. So one thing to note about the 1953, if I grab that 62 that we've just looked at and I get the 53, looks alright and it just looks normal, right? But when we flip the coin over and we compare the two portraits, you might be able to see that Brit has been removed after 1953. So this was only a 1 year issue. Brit only appeared on the 1953 Elizabeth coins, and that was across all denominations. After 1953 they got rid of it. I don't really know why. A lot of people assume it's because there wasn't actually that much space, because it looks quite crammed, but here it looks quite spaced out. But I'm not too sure why they removed the Breton, but it's just a nice little variation in those two coins. Doesn't make it any more valuable, but it's still pretty interesting. Anyway, here we got a 1960. Put that down there. 1960 again, probably quite a common year if we're seeing some of them. Another 1966, let's put that there. 1961 for the first time today. 1956, there we go, let's put that there. Well, that's an older one, 1948, so that'll be King George VI. There he is, designed by Humphrey Paget. Nice coin. Zoom out so you can see the coins. When's this one from? Another 1956. Put that there. 1963 for the first time today. That's a bit grubby, that one. What year is that from? 1959, that's a bit gross, but it's a date that we haven't had yet. This one's from 1955 and this one's from 1958. Those are both dates that we haven't seen yet, and the last sixpence is from 1954, another new date. So let me get these sixpences out of the way and then we will look at the shillings, and then afterwards I'm going to show you where these coins are going to be ending up. Alright, so let's move on to these shillings now. I don't think there's going to be anything too special in here, but yeah, let's have a look. So there's only 3, so it's probably not going to take us long. So the remainder of the video will be I'll be showing you where these coins are going to end up. So the first shilling is in Elizabeth, 1961 English. Now, if you didn't know with the the shillings. There's an English and Scottish version. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go and grab a Scottish from my collection now and show you the difference. Okay, so let me show you the difference between a Elizabeth English and Scottish shilling. I also brought a King George V English as well, because I have seen a King George VI Scottish shilling as well in the coins, so we can compare that as well. I haven't seen the year yet, but I've definitely seen that it's Scottish. So let's start with these first. So here's the one that we were just looking at, 1961 Elizabeth English. So if you look here, you can see that we got the 3 lions on the shield. On the Scottish version, you can see you've only got 1 lion standing. This is really the only main difference between the English and Scottish shillings, and that's the easiest way that you can tell them apart. So that's for English, that's for Scottish. So yeah, if you've got one of these coins, hopefully now by seeing this you'll know which ones you have. So let me put that one down there, and I'll get this one out of the way because it wasn't part of my lot. It was already in the my collection. So let's do the last couple. Got 2 more to do. The next one's a 1954 Scottish. I didn't actually know that this is a Scottish because I didn't flip it over. Like I told you, I just looked through these coins briefly, so I didn't thoroughly inspect every coin. So I forgot that this one was a Scottish, so I could have easily used this to compare the English against, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, 1954 Scottish, just same principle as what we were looking at. So let's put that there. The last one is a King George VI shilling. It's really dirty, as you can see, but this coin's actually quite exciting. I haven't turned it over yet, but it's quite an exciting coin because if we look at this coin on the obverse, you might be able to see that this has a copper and nickel look, but this has a dullish grey look. So this might be a 50%er actually. This might be a 50% silver Scottish shilling. So let's turn it over and see what we've got. And I was right, 1944 Scottish shilling. This is a 50% coin, and yeah, very nice. In this condition, it's going to be worth its scrap price, probably about £2. But yeah, it's still very nice. And yeah, nice little bit of silver, nice bit of 50% silver. Wasn't expecting that. So let's put that down there. And you can probably see, actually, let me just get that back. You can see this is the Scottish version, and then this is the English version of the George V shillings. So yeah, 2 completely different designs. Again, we've got the rampant lion here, and then we've got a lion on the crown here. So that's the English, and then that's the Scottish. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show these coins going into my collection. Most of these are going to go into my British bulk, but some of them are going to find different homes in my collection. So I'll cut to my collection now, and yeah, I'll add these coins into my collection. Okay, so most of these pre-decimal coins are going to end up in my overspill foreign and British bulk coin collection, because a lot of them are quite common, and I've already got these coins in my main album. So I'm going to put some of them in this bag. So this is my foreign, already not seen it before, but that's my overspill foreign coin collection. So let's get that out of the way, because we're not looking at that in today's video. I might do a video about that at some point, but that might be done in the near future. But this is what we're going to focus on. So this is an old bank bag. This was used in like the 1960s. You can see it says £5 of silver on here, so it would have been in old money. So it probably would have been £5 in shillings or something like that. So if you can peek into that bag, you can see we've got all sorts of pre-decimal coins in here. This is just basically my bulk collection. So a lot of these are going to just go straight in here. So I've got these in my album, so I'm just gonna basically put the majority of these in here. With the sixpences, I've already been through them, and there's some new dates for my collection, but I don't have a sixpence date one, so I'm just gonna chuck them all in here. And yeah, it's gonna add some weight to my collection, and it's gonna restock my British pre-decimal bulk collection. Let's get all of these in there. Give us a nice shuffle around, and then let's put that back in the box. Alright, so that's that dealt with. Now we're going to come on to this coin. So the 1944 50% Scottish shilling, it's obviously 50%, so that definitely can't go in my British bulk, because that is a 50% silver coin. But I'm going to chuck this in with my better coins, but not in my coin album, so I'll go and get that box now and we'll add this to my collection. Alright, so the Scottish shilling's going to be ending up in here. So this is my cash box, and I put loads of my better coins in here, mainly duplicates, but I put loads of my better coins in here that either don't fit in albums or just the duplicates but are low minted coins that I keep. So let's have a quick overview of my collection before I add this. I've got some of my low tier keeper £2. This is where I keep my low tier keeper £2 coin collection. You might have seen some of these in videos before. My 50p low tier keepers are here. Got some Olympics there that are duplicates. In here I've got my error coin collection. Here I've got my oddity coin collection. Here I've got my different Euro countries coin collection. I've got some from Mauritius in here. And then this is where the better stuff is. So in here we've got some Irish and Commonwealth pennies, and 10 cent from East Africa from the reign of Edward VIII. And we've got 1916 and 1915 broken tooth error penny varieties in here as well. If you watch my channel regularly, I've done a video on those, so go and check that out if you haven't checked that out already, because I found some nice coins for my collection in that video. Here's kind of like where I keep my silver, so I've got an 1840 rupee here, 1933 half crown, some more nice chunky silver coins. I'm going to go through it all, but I'll just give you a quick overview. So even though this is essentially worth scrap price, it's still worth more than an average shilling because it's silver. So I'll put that in there with all of my other silver, and yeah, that can live in there nicely. Okay, so that's the end of the video, guys. I hope this video was enjoyable and informative. If you haven't already checked my channel out, please go and have a look at some of my other videos on my channel. I've got loads of other great videos on coins, so if you'd like to learn a little bit more on coins, then go and check some of the videos out on my channel. And maybe if you really like those videos, maybe consider subscribing to my channel. It really helped my channel grow, and yeah, I really appreciate every single person that watches, likes, and yeah, subscribes to my channel. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.